We all know culture is a collective behavior of a team or an organization, don't we? But is it possible to change a culture of an existing team? I always took about three different kinds of approaches when I had to change the culture of a team or an organization in the past. The first one was letting go people who were actually becoming an hindrance. Two was getting people who I thought were actually bringing value to the new culture that I was trying to build. The third one was the most difficult, which is trying to have conversations with the existing team and trying to change their behavior. And whenever I tried the third one, I always felt, oh God, I should have adopted the first two. They seem to be the easier one. Once in the middle of a turnaround, I actually was doing the 1 and 2, that means letting go people whom I thought were not adding value to the new culture or bringing people whom I knew personally. In the middle of it, somebody stopped me. One of the existing managers said, hey Kamal, is there a in-between path? That means, can you actually work, sort of bridging the past to the future? I said, look, I'm not here to change the past, but I'm definitely here going to build the future. That is how I was looking at the entire chain. But she said, look, Kamal, the people whom you are replacing or you're trying to get rid of are getting jobs elsewhere. It's not that they're so useless, they're getting equal or better jobs. If they're adapting elsewhere, I'm sure they'll adapt here too. That set me thinking. I made, possibly moderate changes after that. But one thing that struck me is this third approach of changing or trying to align the existing people to the new culture you want to build is the most painful one. After all, we all resist change, don't be in our own subtle ways, said, unsaid ways. And every time we embarked upon that, for example, a culture of customer centricity, and when people are not actually meeting customers, not spending time, trying to call out, telling them, hey, you're not spending enough time, showing them evidence and showing it by leading by example. That is a way you can possibly call it out. Let's say, you want a high-touch culture, people-centric culture, and your managers are not spending one-to-one time with people, calling them out, nudging them and saying, look, can you meet people and actually spend time with them? Or let's say you have a very, docile culture where people are taking too long to take decisions, sitting on emails, sitting on decisions, then, sort of, again, giving that extra push and calling them out and saying, can we act faster? All these things require persistent efforts from the leaders, and you can't get bored about it. You can't actually, give up midway. And that is why this third process of working with existing team, having conversations, calling out the behaviors you don't think actually are aligning is the most difficult one. We all know, culture is about what is said and also what is unsaid. I think the only way culture can be changed is by saying it and calling it out, isn't it? Let's start by saying it and calling it out. Let me know what you think about changing cultures and your own experience about it.